I'm going to do a real-life test of my bike alarm. The bike alarm is one that I bought from the manufacturer of the bike. You can get it on Amazon. It's kind of a generic motion alarm slash horn. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock it up outside here on a post, and I'm going to ask my son, my college graduate, who's not really familiar with my bike because he hasn't lived here in the last few years, and I'm going to ask him to steal the bike. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give him the key, but I'm going to lock it up as if I would if I was outside of Walgreens. Now, know this. Don't live in a metropolitan area. Live sort of in suburbia. Our town is about 35,000 people. Do I have to worry about e-bike theft? Yes, absolutely I do. Regular bikes get stolen. But there's not enough e-bikes in our area to really know how much of a target they are. And personally, I wouldn't leave my bike alone for too long of a period. Do we have specialists that are going around with hydraulic cutters or cordless grinders and grinding off locks around here? I don't think not so much. But I'm looking to deter the thief that just takes advantage of the opportunity when they see it. So here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to lock the bike up. I'm going to give him the key, and I'm going to ask him to steal the bike. He's probably going to go over there and unlock it, try to take the bike. I think he's going to be startled by the motion detector. That's my goal. And then he'll look up and look at me. That's what I want. I want the would-be thief to be startled and walk away type thing. Then the next time he's going to know that there's a motion alarm on the bike, and I'm still going to ask him to steal it. And I want to see how far he can get if he can manipulate the motion detector on the bike enough to get away with the bike. And we're going to see what happens. Okay, right here's the alarm. And I'm going to set it. And there we go. I'm going to have him come over. I'm going to give him the key and ask him to steal the bike. I purposely put the cable and the lock down by the ground or as low as possible because I want to make it as inconvenient as possible. I don't want to put it up at waist height so the bad guy doesn't even have to bend over. It's very comfortable for him. I want to make it as awkward and inconvenient as possible. Yeah, I know. I want you to try to steal the bike. Okay, so now you know there's a motion alarm on it, and I want you to see how far you can get with the bike. So the question now is, did that prove anything? Number one, I think it proves that it's a deterrent. If I lock that bike up anywhere outside where there's people, like in front of Walgreens, I think everybody's going to look. Is anybody going to do anything? Who knows? I think putting the lock towards the base of the bike makes them move the bike, which engages the motion detection. If I put that up at waist height and it was convenient, I think you could just unthread it. I don't know that they'd get away because they would still have to move the bike, but I've noticed that if you move the bike really slightly, that it doesn't go off right away. If they knew there was a motion detector on there, I think they could probably defeat it, but I don't think your average bear is going to know that there's an alarm built into that horn that's mounted on the front. If somebody's casing out my bike, then maybe they just deserve it. I don't know. It's definitely not a New York forget about it type lock. It's not going to defeat the hardcore criminals or anything like that. Again, I'm just looking for a deterrent, and I think that's what I've got in this alarm. I'll put a link up above for the video that I made that shows that alarm horn a little bit more in detail. But again, I sort of wanted to put it to a real life test with somebody that didn't know it was there, and that's exactly what we did here. You can draw your own conclusions whether it'd be a good fit for you or not, or any type of motion detector would be a good fit for you or not. And if you found this video interesting or informative, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.